Hey everybody, Norton here. So excited to be with you today. This will be my first video on my channel, and what I'm going to show you today is the best offensive plays, just a group of plays from one particular package, and we'll show you what it is. First thing off, you want to go to the offense, Green Bay, make sure it's the Green Bay offense with Mike McCarthy. Defense doesn't really matter, so you can choose either one. This really works with any team you can use. I think it's best to have, at least a decent to high-end quarterback, maybe one borderline elite receiver. It works the best. You don't necessarily need a good running back, just one that, can pick up some chunks, but that's pretty much all it needs. So right now we're going to go against the Patriots to show you how well this works. We're going to play on all Madden, go against the Patriots, and here we go. So we're going to start off, we're going to go to formation, and we're going to go down to gun. We're going to go to doubles flex swing, just one to the right. Now these are all the plays. I usually pick slants right here, just so that I have a fifth option in the audibles, because all of our plays actually are in the audibles right here. So we're going to go right here, we're going to go L1, slot cross is the first one. And we're going to look here and see what goes on. So now we see everybody's pretty well covered. We got circle covered, squares covered, triangles covered. So our only really big outlet would be R1. And so we're going to drop it off to him, and he's going to get a first down for us. So we're going to run the same play. We're going to run this play a few more times just to see different situations, what the receivers also can do. So if you see here, we're up against the wall, 3rd and 10, we got to get a first down here. So we're going to run the play, and we're going to look at this defense. Everybody's, again, pretty well covered. You could pass it to circle, but if you're feeling aggressive because the safety is dropped down a little bit. Triangle is, there's like 4 linebackers just going to converge right there. Square, if you're patient enough, he could be open about that time. X is, I think he's on the ground, so there's no way you can pass it to him. So again, our outlet would be R1, and we're going to pass it off to him, and he's going to go and get a first down and get a big gain for us. We're going to run this play, and if you look very carefully, we're going to freeze it right here. Both the linebackers actually blitz right away. So you know that directly opens up the middle, and triangle obviously goes down the middle. So we're going to go here. Triangle's wide open. He's going to get a big gain also. So here we go again, and if you notice they're in press coverage, and if we can, usually if they're playing a zone defense, maybe usually like a cover 2, that cornerback will stay down a little bit, let circle run the streak, while the safety goes and helps over the top. Now we're going to play this, and if you see, he does let him go right here. Now right here is when you want to pass the ball, and you want to do a bullet pass because the safety will get there very fast. So if you look here, we're going to pause it and see what the defense is bringing us. So obviously, pretty much everybody's open except for circle. This is a great play for man defense, as you can see, because triangle is going to run across and be wide open. R1 is going to be open. And square is just coming right out of his route here, and we're going to throw it to him and pick up pretty good yards. In this play, I think triangle is the best person to pass it to. So if you see right here, circle is covered, square is coming out of his route, he looks to be open, X is covered, R1 is wide open. But we're going to be a little bit more patient here and just play this a little bit longer, and you can see triangle go down the field, and he is wide open, and he gets probably the biggest gain out of all of them that were open. So if you look at this play, they're playing press coverage, but if you look carefully on circle, the streak, there's no safety that's going to cover that cornerback. So we're going to let this play run out, and you can see that this cornerback lets up, circle gets a step, you just throw it over the top, and he scores. That is a great play if you won't need a deep pass in the game. So we're going to run the play again. Now if you look at what the defense is giving us right here, square is covered, triangle's covered, circle's covered. So all of our deep guys are pretty much covered. R1 and X, our shallow guys, are wide open. Now since they're playing a deep zone, as you can tell, X and R1 are very good to quick pass it to. X is a little bit better because he's running straight out to the right, while R1 is boxing in a little bit. So if you ever need a quick pass, just dump it off to X really quickly. So we're going to go on to the next play, and everybody knows this play, quick slants, right? This is the best play, I think, best passing play at least, when you need a short gain. Now the trick with this, if you get inside the 5-yard line from like outside the 20 or something, outside of the red zone, and you do a hurry up, the AI is going to line up like this, and they're just going to let pretty much triangle be wide open down the middle, as you can see. Usually the best option on the quick slants play is triangle. If not, circle's usually there, and square, and then X. So if you see on this play, if you wait and are patient enough, triangle eventually, usually always gets open down the line, whether usually right away, but on this play it takes a little bit longer, as you can see. Now with these plays, it's always good to throw in, a screenplay. Those plays are always nice when they're doing like a heavy blitz. The thing with screenplays is that you got to be patient and kind of wait until the last moment, either right before you're about to be sacked or once your player is finally open. As you can see here, it's not very pretty, but it still works and it gets pretty good yards. So this play, you can see, is that we have two guys streaking up the side, one doing a post on the middle. This is the play action of our package here. And we have X also going to the flat to the right for a safety valve. Now with this, you want him to go, mostly press coverage helps a lot, so that the guys streaking down the field can get past, especially if there's not a safety covering them. Now as you can see here, the safety is a little slow to get to them because they're playing pretty much a zone right here. And so if you have this tight of window, you can bullet pass it, but make sure you do X as a possession catch because that safety will get there very quick. So what's great about a play action play is if your running game is doing well, the defense will eventually bite. As you can tell right here, every single person is open. Square, triangle, and circle are all open because their defensive players bit. Another great thing about this play is that if you need a bunch of yards, almost every single possibility is going to get you at least 10-15 yards here. So you can tell it's 4th and 18. Now, they send in a heavy blitz right here, and so we just pass it off to triangle right off the top, and he actually goes in and gets the touchdown. Now, once in a while with this play, you'll see all the deep routes covered, as you see here. And so what you normally want to do is you want to roll to the right and wait until X breaks off his defender and just dump it over the top right there. So the last play we're going to look at here is the running play of this package. Now with this play, it is actually a really good play for at least running wise, and the thing about this play is that it opens up a hole usually within between the right guard and the right tackle, and so you want to hit those spots. But obviously if that doesn't open up, usually you can cut it back to the left and that spot will open up and it actually gives you a pretty good gain and sets up the play action pretty well. So as you can see, we finished off the game winning 35-17. Every play that I showed you was from this single game. We got 359 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, which is pretty incredible with 5 carries, 42 yards from Starks. So that's averaging almost 9 yards per carry, which is unbelievable. And so I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you later.